Hello. So, the next Stephen King book that I'm going to talk about, and there's only a couple more, I promise. The next one I'm going to talk about has a little bit of a story time with it. Um, but uh, this one is called The Outsider, and it's obviously by Stephen King. And this is probably my favorite um, current, like modern, not old, not an older work of his, but like a more current work of his from Stephen King. It's my favorite. Partially because I love the story, partially because I love Holly. I love Holly so much. I already loved the name Holly because when I was little, in my grandparents' town, there was a lady that lived near the park that my cousin was more like, he knew her better, but I ended up meeting her and we went to go see her at her place, and she had these quilts everywhere that she made. She had like a basement room, and we were like, I don't remember why we were in there. It was like a movie or something, and it was a small town, and um, she was a nice adult. But her name was Holly, and she made quilts, and I thought she was just so cool because she made quilts and she lived in a basement. And I was a child, okay, I was a small child. Um, but I thought she was so cool. Uh, I liked that about her, so I love her name. And so I already liked the name Holly, and I continue to like the name Holly. Um, but it made me already, like, instantly like this character's name, Holly. Holly is in other books, other Stephen King books, but I like her especially in The Outsider. Um, and I like the book The Outsider quite a bit. I like the monster. I think he's fascinating, uh, scary. Um, I like. There's not an aspect of it that I don't like, to be honest. I think the way that the story unravels is wonderful. Um, well, about me, I everything about this is about me because it's about what books I find influential. But I will like a book if it logically makes sense in the progression, um, most of the time. And I will find that to be fascinating because I read a lot of horror, and sometimes what people see as horror is that it goes outside the realms of what you expect and becomes uncontrollable. Um, and I could see why that would be a horror aspect for some people. For things to be outside of your control is very scary for some people, but it's just an aspect of life. So what I prefer is that it's a logical progression. Do I want it to escalate? Do I want it to be interesting? Yes, but do I want it to be interesting to the point of like, oh, it was this issue, and now it's a global issue. It's the end of the world for everything. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Um, we don't have that in this. We have a problem, and it becomes a big problem, but it's not like, oh, the world's now ending. So it doesn't become that. And one of the reasons that this is, other than the fact that this is my favorite current Stephen King book, I've read a few. Um, it's my favorite one currently. Uh, I also got to go to a talk in Minneapolis. I think, was it Minneapolis or St. Paul? It's Minneapolis, St. Paul because it's Twin Cities, but I can't remember which. I think it was Minneapolis. And I went to an event with my aunt, and it was just the two of us, and we went to go listen to him talk, and we got to look at a lot of books. We got to like look at like some stuff the authors were doing. We got to go to a little class where like we got to talk about like writing, and um, it was a fun like little workshop kind of class. That was cool. And it's a very fond memory that I have with my aunt because I got to do that with just her. It was just us, and I got to see an author that that's been in my life my whole life, and has been an influential part of my family culture. I got to watch him talk, and it was about this book. He was promoting this book. He talked about other stuff too, but he was like doing a tour basically, just promoting his book, talking about stuff. It was so cool. It was cool, and it's one of the like one of the happiest memories that I have. Um, I have lots of fun, happy memories with family, um, but book related. That's why this is coming up. Absolutely, one of the best memories that I have. And so I am so happy that I got to experience that and I got to listen to him talk. I haven't got to listen to a lot of authors that I enjoy, like just that give talks. So I'm glad I got to do that. Uh, and I'm glad I got to enjoy that with my aunt. So that is why this is an influential book, because I have a very strong, very delightful memory attached to it that I'm gonna hold on to for the rest of my life. So I'm always gonna love The Outsider by Stephen King.